let's grade the top 14 picks from this draft class.
Okay.
All right.
1 through 14. Let's give a grade. We did our reaction stream live, so you guys had our thoughts in the moment. But, in that moment, we're just thinking about what's happening right in front of us. We don't have time to sit back and digest it. Now we've had a night to sleep on it. Think about what we feel about all these picks. Let's grade them.
Okay.
Number 1 overall, Cooper Flagg to the Dallas Mavericks. What is a grade for that?
A++.
Plus on top of that.
Plus.
Couldn't get even more pluses.
I can say a few more.
Same.
Plus.
Plus.
Cooper Flagg to the Dallas Mavericks.
Exactly.
Number 2, Dylan Harper to the San Antonio Spurs. Obviously, best player available.
Plus.
Do you guys have any concerns about the fit? Do you feel like was there any other path that they could have gone down?
If he could shoot, I would feel shoot really well off rip. I would feel so much better about the pick. I still feel good, of course, because he's the best player available, and you did need a point guard. You got De'Aaron Fox and also Stephon Castle. But hey, I feel happy overall because you got the best player available, and you could see a world in which he fits perfectly alongside Wemby, Stephon Castle, and at times De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, the only way that I would have liked this, the only way that I would have liked them to use their pick better is if they traded it for Giannis. Like that.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. But if you are going to stay in this draft, still have the number 2 overall draft pick, take the best player available.
Yeah, obviously there's people say if they knew they were going to get Dylan Harper, maybe they wouldn't trade it for De'Aaron Fox. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. That doesn't change the fact this is the right pick. Regardless, in and of itself, A+.
Yeah.
I agree.
Now we get to the parts where there's an actual debate. VJ Edgecombe, number 3.
No debate. Take the guy Ace Bailey, VJ Edgecombe. He's like, when it comes to thinking about NBA players in this draft class who have redeeming qualities and traits, he's a really good shooter already. And on top of that too, he's a good defender. Bare minimum, you have a guy who is usable even at his worst.
Yeah, I'll give it an A. There was a debate. Some people could say they could have picked Ace Bailey. Ace Bailey has enough volatility that if he's telling you, I don't want to be there, I'll pick the safe guy that is going to be a guy that I can bet on his floor, bet on his ceiling. Obviously, the personality side, everybody loves VJ Edgecombe. View him as one of the hardest workers, best personalities that you want to bet on as part of your core. I don't see any reason to feel any type of second guessing here.
Yeah, you already have enough going on with Paul George's injury, Joel Embiid's injury. You don't need to add in a disgruntled rookie. No, it's okay.
Paul George is on a podcast saying he's doing too much. I don't want to bring that in now.
Yeah, you can go somewhere else.
Yeah, this is fine.
It's fine.
Number 4, Charlotte Hornets picking Colin Knippel.
This is a classic pick. You need adults in the building, someone who will show up to work on time, someone who will not do too much on the basketball court or off of the basketball court as well. Someone who's just going to follow all the rules, do regular things, show up on time, shoot your threes, play defense, and go home. Simple.
Yeah, listen, they've been dying to find a shooter. They try to get Dalton Connect. They tried to get him again whenever he got, they tried to get him again when the Mark Williams trade happened. They said, we are going to find ourselves a white shooter that can be competent by hell or high water. And they got him. I'll give this a solid B+.
Really, I'll go like A-.
Sure, A-, whatever.
Yeah.
He got stability.
Just because the floor of Con is so high.
I agree.
Yeah, and you know what? Yeah, I'll go A- because they need just baseline regular abilities to play and have structure so we can tell is LaMelo Ball good or not. 3 and D guy, that's all you need.
Yeah, especially considering the pick that they selected last year, who was the complete opposite.
Yeah,
this is an A+ for me again. A+.
Number 5, we got Ace Bailey to the Jazz. He told the Jazz, don't pick me. I'm not going to work out for you. Danny Ainge said, don't give a fuck. Come on over. Come play with Larry Markkinen. What do we grade that?
A+ for audacity. For Danny Ainge is like, you're a child. Like, I'm the adult in the room. Yeah. You are going to play for me, and it's just going to be like that.
Yeah, so this is not free agency. Understand that.
Exactly.
You're going to do what you told. And hey, I like it. Overall, on top of that too, when it comes to like roster wise,
that was crazy.
What was it?
You gonna do what you told us in a funny escalation?
I thought you were gonna put boy at the end of it.
Nah. But yeah, even on the roster wise too, fits perfectly as well because they have no wings outside of I guess Cody Williams, who you don't want to put much trust or faith in as well. Looking a little bit scary. So having Ace Bailey in there being one of the faces of your rebuild, great choice.
Yeah, I think lots of variance around Ace Bailey. If you get the good version, the bad version, in terms of the floor, the ceiling, lots of factors will determine whether or not he hits that ceiling. I love him going to a coach like Will Hardy that is going to give him so much floor type of buckets, so much back cuts, so many easy opportunities to get fed the ball in his motion-based offense. If he buys into the role, I think this is such a good way to let him progress naturally and not just throw him on the team with no infrastructure and say, go get buckets. This is good for him.
Yeah, I agree.
Straight A pluses. So far, the top of this draft was not really any fumbles.
Mhm.
And that continues. Number 6, we got Trey Johnson going to the Wizards.
A+ again.
Yeah, the top 6 picks here, I think were like a tier. Oh, Cooper Flag's his own tier and Dylan Harper's probably his own tier. But 3 through 6 was all bunched up like this. And I think Trey Johnson's the last one of that tier. The Wizards got him. And, they're going to pick somebody from that tier. I like it.
Yeah, the Wizards have a lot of like interesting young pieces. A lot of those young pieces can't go get buckets. Their offense was atrocious. And so to get somebody who is one of the better shooters in this draft, can get hot, can do all of that stuff with the ball in his hands a little bit too, I like this pick a lot.
Yeah. Again, pure best player available. And there's a gulf to me between Trey Johnson and the rest of the guys. So honestly, they're in the best spot because they're like, these guys are all nice. We'll pick whatever one's left.
Yeah, I agree.
Number 7, now I think we leave the A+ territory. Jeremiah Fears to the Pelicans.
I'm going to go ahead and give this a B because I think he has solid potential. But for the Pelicans case, they just traded for Jordan Poole, and he is a similar archetype to Jeremiah Fears, obviously much better. He is the finalized version of Jeremiah Fears. It doesn't really make much sense on their end. They can't really play together too, or else your defense is going to get ran. I like Jeremiah Fears, but this is not a great fit. So honestly, I'm dropping my grade to C.
Yeah, if you say that Jordan Poole is the finalized version of the guy that you're taking 7th overall, I think I have to go like C+.
Yeah, he's definitely a fit dependent type of guy, and it's not a horrible fit. Like they could see using another point guard. He can be their 6th man for now. We'll see what happens with DeJounte Murray long term. It's not the worst spot, but it's not the best one. We can't go A territory. I'll go B-.
Yeah, I agree. Both of them players, like Jordan Poole and Jeremiah Fears, at their best looks the exact same, and also at their worst look the exact same.
Yeah, but I don't think you can. When you're determining a pick, I don't think you can rely too much on the fit with the specific team this year, especially when that fit is with a guy like Jordan Poole, who might not be there in 3 years. It's not like it's a forever piece. So I won't let that ding it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'll go B-. I won't go too harsh.
Okay, I think they could have. Yeah, I could say.
Because I'm looking at who's behind it. After the guys around this have a less of a ceiling, and this team has so many moving parts right now that I'm not mad at them going for a ceiling play. Hopefully, that can be a point guard. That's one of the best handles in the draft that can one day fit with your star big man. That's fine, opposed to like picking like a safe 3-and-D guy.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Number 8, we got Igor. How do you say it? Yegor. I'll say it right eventually. We got Yegor Demon going to the Brooklyn Nets at number 8.
I'll give this B because
you're out of your mind.
You need to take a swing at this rate.
Not at 8. Not at 8 when you have 4 more though.
If you want him, trade back a little bit. Nobody else is going to take him in the top 15 or nobody else is going to take him in the top 12. I'll say that. You can trade back a few spots. This is a D- to me.
D-.
It's not an F. It's not an F because it could work. But this is not good value. Like this is what happened with T. Salon last year, where we said, if you like him, that's your guy. All right, fine. Trade back a little bit. He's still going to be there. And maybe he's not as bad as that. It could work out still, just like it could have worked out then. That's what we said that night. It's not a good process.
I have to go D as well.
I think all other picks are not a good process, but Igor is genuinely one of the better guards, the best passing guard arguably in this draft class too, off rip day one. I like it. It's a good swing. I don't like the process for the rest of the draft though. So I'm gonna give this a B.
Yeah, if we're grading the fact they drafted 3 more point guards, or if
this is an
2
F.
more, then it would be an F. If it was a whole draft class, it would be an F. It's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. But I'll go D for this pick. Number 9, we got Colin Murray Boyles going to the Raptors. Another Masai Ujiri guy, a big, versatile wing defender that doesn't have a lot of shooting touch, but you're hoping it can develop.
He has nice touch in general. He shot okay from the free throw line. I feel good about him as a player, but the fit is really questionable because you got Scotty Barnes. You're trying to figure out who's going to be the center of the future. This guy's not answering none of these questions at all.
Yeah, but I'm going to go B+ here just because you still were able to get a solid player. And at this point, seeing exactly what Brooklyn did the pick before you, you're like, are we taking swings now? And then to go get somebody who actually, can be a solid player day one, I do like that.
I really wanted to pick Kamen Maluash, so I'm a little sad about that. But you can't go wrong picking strong, versatile 3-and-D defenders. Mm-hmm. That's never going to be a bad grade. You always need those, no matter what team you're on. So I'll give it a B.
You're right. He could play on any court, any team, anytime.
Yeah. Maybe it's not the most inspiring pick, but it's safe and it's going to probably provide value. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So with that being said, number 10, we got the Suns taking Kamen Maluash.
A+.
I love it.
This is one of the best picks in this entire draft.
Their big man room was disgusting. It was outrageous. It was disrespectful to the game. It was nasty. It was atrocious. It was any other verbiage that you can think about. And in the span of 2 minutes, they added Kamen and they added Mark Williams. A+.
Listen, man. They were just running all over the Charlotte Hornets. Like they had to go and get. Dang, I forgot what I was gonna say. That's crazy. That's crazy.
You ran out of memory. You ran out of data. The Wi-Fi cut out.
Yeah, but to go get two bigs whenever you're trying to stay good around Devin Booker, you're not.
I forgot what my point was. That's ridiculous.
You're not tearing it down. Devin Booker's going to stay, and you're going to try to usher in a new era around him. It's going to take a couple years, but you're going to try to get him back to competitiveness. You need big men, and you need multiple because you have none right now. Yeah. This is being part of the move to get you to being competent. A+.
In order to be a decent NBA team, there's no way around it. You need a good big man. There's no way around it at all. And they solved that. I agree. A+.
Shout out. Next up, at number 11. Oh, I dropped the dock. Oop.
Memphis Grizzlies selected Cedric Coward.
Yes, number 11, Cedric Coward. They traded up for him. Gave up a future first-round pick to move up. Not very many spots.
But you just traded Desmond Bane, so you have some more picks. So
they used one of those picks from the Bane trade too.
Exactly. Yep. So it's not like you used everything in your arsenal to go out and trade up and get him. I really like it because you traded away Desmond Bane. You said, we still need some more offense. Let me go get some more offense tonight. I like it. I'm giving it a B-.
I love him as a player. I love the fit as well. I like how they use some of those assets to get him too. If this is your guy and you're 100% sure about it, hey man, it's an A pick for me.
I'll go B. I don't love the asset use of that, using a whole first move at 3 spots. But again, like what you said, if it's your guy, you can't go wrong getting wings. Like we said, it's always going to be a safe floor. If you believe that's the guy, that's going to be one of the good wings, not one of the guys that runs around and does nothing. I'll go B.
Yeah.
Number 12, we got Noah Esenge to the Bulls.
It's the Bulls, so they can't get an A no matter what. They could have selected Cooper Flag at number 1. I'm giving it a B. Consider the Bulls. It don't matter.
No, I will give this an A, though. I think last year they got Modest Buzelis. They got the highest ceiling wing that can do stuff with the ball in his hands, can do stuff defensively, has the mold of being that type of guy that you look up in a few years and say, whoa, he grew into his body. He has all these intriguing skills. That's a high upside swing in this range. All that happened again. They picked the new version of that. Maybe not quite as much on-ball abilities as Modest, but all the defensive abilities, all the athletic abilities, raw athleticism and size. That's what you want in the teens.
The pick is smart. I don't trust the Bulls to develop him, but the pick is smart. I give this a B.
I'll give it an A.
I'll go A2.
I'll give the Bulls a compliment once.
Okay. Never again.
Probably not. Number 13, we got Derek Queen.
Ooh.
Yep.
No hate is not about Derek Queen. It's about the Pelicans. But man, this stinks.
Yeah, no, I'll give the pick itself. I like Derek Queen on the Pelicans. Yes. I'll give that a B. I'll give the trade up to get him, giving up an unprotected first-round pick for next year when you're in the West, you might be ass again. I'll give that an F. It's ridiculous asset management. But at least I like the idea of Derek Queen with Zion.
He's winning.
Listen, hey, it's an A+ pick to me, man, because obviously I am the beneficiary of this. Thank you for the future first-round pick. I'm expecting it to be super value as well. I like the fit of Derek Queen over there in New Orleans. But as time goes on, you could possibly run into huge issues because of defensive reasons. It's a B. It's a B because I like him as a prospect specifically.
Yeah, there's an A+ ceiling. If his defense is fine and the offense comes around and you have this 4 or 5 combination that can be athletically overwhelming to anybody you play, it might work out amazingly. Him and Zion might be crazy. But there's a big downside, and you gave up peak value to give up that much draft assets. You better make sure this hits.
You know what's going to work out amazingly and what's going to hit without question?
We got number 14, Carter Bryant to the Spurs.
A++. Yep. The first crayon eater ever to make it into the NBA. This is why I be telling y'all, eat your fucking crayons, bro. It's important. Him as a player, 3-and-D wing, didn't get a lot of opportunity in Arizona for whatever reason. He's going to shine over there. He has plenty of opportunity because there's not much competition in the wing room over there in San Antonio. A+ pick.
The Spurs have a slew of athletic guards that can attack the rim. Maybe one of the future greatest bigs you've ever seen. What they need in between that, 3-and-D wings who can put it all together, be big, athletic, bolster that roster, make it all make sense together, make it mesh. Carter Bryant is the exact number 1 player I wanted to see that happen with.
It's starting to not be fair. It's starting to not be fair to be able to get Carter Bryant and Dylan Harper on the same night. But this specific pick, I'm giving it an A+. Because you got all the guards you want. You have your big. What's in between? Carter Bryant now. I love it.
Especially because what they had before, the wing group was so ass before. It was just so like uninspired. Like there was no ceiling there with the wings. They were all just fine. This is a real ceiling. This guy can be a special player.
Thank God you saved us from Keldon Johnson. Not to say Keldon Johnson is bad, but we need to spice things up.
But he needs saving from?
No, the Spurs do.
It's not to say he's bad, but he's bad.
Yeah.
Number 15, last one we're going to grade today. We're grading the top half. Thomas Sorber to the Oklahoma City Thunder.
The rich get richer.
The rich get richer.
You know that in 2 years, Hartenstein, thank you for your service, because that number in his contract is going to be a little bit much. And so they have years to make sure that Sorber can develop in their system, do what they need him to do. And then they don't even have to pay him a lot. And they can just keep rolling and rolling and rolling with this newfound championship window. A minus.
A plus. He's one of the best passing bigs. He is a fantastic defender. He is looked at as one of the best shot blockers as well. He is OKC coded. He breeds OKC. But someone even showed a clip of him just hyping up one of his teammates at a Georgetown game, and people were like, "Oh my God, he's already preparing for the Shea Glaze. He's ready." A plus pick.
And there we go.